Okay, so this is something I've wanted to explain for a while. It's often that I hear atheists say things about the guy in Numbers 15 in the Bible that was killed for violating the Sabbath day. They're like, it's a vicious God because he's just picking up sticks on this day, and blah blah blah. So people make this comment all the time. I'd actually like to talk about that. I actually wrote like a script for this because it's just this epic. So here I go. I'm going to explain something. So people are like, well, this is like a vicious God. I think honestly, this is an example of people, and I'm not trying to insult anyone, but like people being dumb. And here's what I mean. This guy in Numbers 15, let's call him Fred. Fred just got done watching God obliterate Egypt, killing the firstborn, and Egypt was arguably the superpower in that area in that time frame. They were a powerful nation. He watched God plunder the Egyptians, right? So they're borrowing stuff from Egypt because they're sending them off with a blessing, and they basically plunder the Egyptians. This guy watches Moses part the Red Sea. He watches God drown the Egyptian army in the Red Sea. They washed up on the shores, what the Bible says. And everyone celebrated this because it was freaking amazing, right? This guy watched God provide manna and quail out of the sky for the whole nation to eat. So, and then he's watched God provide water from rocks. He's walked through the desert with the angel of God acting as shade in the heat because of the pillar of cloud by day, and protection at night, as in the pillar of cloud by fire by night, right? He watched God descend upon the mountain that they first went to with smoke and fire. And it says also the sound of a trumpet and all kinds of other stuff, right? So there's clearly powerful stuff the nation of Israel, it was said that the people that saw this all happen were afraid to even approach the mountain because it was just ridiculous in power. Watched God, yeah, I know, isn't that right, midnight? Watched God go up on, watched Moses go up on the mountain to God and get the 10 tablets, 10 commandments, the tablets from God, written by the hand of God. And, the Sabbath day commandment is essentially God saying, you know what, you're not working on this day. You have to rest. So, of all the things that he's seen God do, and then, the command is basically God saying, well, you have to take a day to not work. And he's like, you know what? Forget this deity that just has done these insanely miraculous signs, beyond anything he's ever heard from anyone that he's ever been with. And all these things have happened, and he's seeing all this, and he's still like, you know what? I'm going to break this one simple command on the Sabbath day. Did he need to start a fire? Wasn't God a pillar of fire by night? When people are like, well, this is a vicious God, it's like, I disagree. I think this is an example, and I say this carefully, so hear me out, of a person who made a sequence of very stupid mistakes and did not notice something, or many things, really. Notice a whole bunch of things. He's not taking it to mind. So when I said, hey, I love you too, midnight, and my cat's bothering me. So the thing is, if you think about it, though, I'm not different than this guy. None of us are different than this guy. We're all humans, and we've all made train wrecks full of sequences of mistakes. I get it, right? It's just when people are like, well, this is proof that God is vicious and blah, blah, blah. It's like, you know what? I don't believe it one bit. I just don't. Because this guy made a huge series of mistakes and a huge series of things that he didn't pay attention to. So in the end, I mean, I'm not trying to be a jerk, but, he got what he deserved. So next time you're like, well, God's vicious and blah, 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 it's like, I don't believe it. I really don't. Because this guy had multiple opportunities to not make that mistake. So anyway, have fun.